Today, we're getting real about something most entrepreneurs completely miss, and that is what high ticket clients actually want. Because if you're still building offers based upon deliverables or time, I've learned you're speaking the wrong language. So let me get something clear here. High ticket clients, they don't care. They don't care about your checklist. They care about your results. They're not buying your hours, they're buying your features. They're not buying your hours and they're not buying your features. They're buying access. They're buying clarity. They're buying speed. And they're buying, most of all, transformation. Transformation, results. And when you understand that shift, you'll sell without effort, with much less effort, and you're going to serve at a much higher level. I have learned this. It's taken a while. I tell people, I don't do sales. I run from sales. I build relationships. I network. And when you do these things right, the sale happens so effortlessly. When I first transitioned from a service provider to a strategic advisor, I have to tell you, I really realized something. My clients, they didn't care how many calls that they got. They don't care how many calls you make. They just want results. They want transformation. They don't want a dashboard. They don't care about spreadsheets. They want they want you to shorten the distance between where they are or were and where they want to go. That's what they want from you. And the more you or I remove the complexity of that, the more they are willing to pay for the transformation. Okay. And I tell my clients today, when they're trying to price things, or I'm trying to help them to price things, think about the transformation that you're helping people get. Whether it's weight loss, it is the results of a program, it's the results of a group, whatever that thing is, what transformation is your client trying to receive? And then you base that upon that transformation. And the more that you remove that complexity, the more they're willing to pay for that. Less today is more when the value to them is high. I gave somebody an analogy the other day. I said, let me ask you a question. Your child is out swimming on a raft in the ocean and you're broke. You have no money. And the child is doing great and wonderful. But then all of a sudden, things aren't so great and aren't so wonderful. And things get a little wavy out there. And it looks like that your child could drown, but you can't get to them. And right now you don't have the money to send somebody to get to them, but it's getting to look a little more dangerous and a little more dangerous. But there's people saying, I can help you, but it's going to cost X. You need results. You need a transformation, right? You need your kid to be saved. What are you going to do to save your child? You don't have money, but I can promise you, you're going to find the money to save that child. Would you not? Yes, you would. I know you would. You'd be selling the clothes on your back. You would be selling the suntan lotion that you have in your bag. You're going to be doing everything that you can to raise the money, to get the money, to save that child. So think of it the same in your business. When you need a transformation, or that transformation is important enough, those results are important enough, people will pay for that transformation. Less is more when the value is high. That child needed to be saved. That value is high. And they were like, well, since you put it that way, yes, I would do everything in my power to save my child. Yes, you would. And so here's what these clients are really looking for. They're looking for clarity over content. They don't want more information today. They want faster decisions. And if you can help them get those faster decisions, if you can simplify their path, they'll invest quickly. Number two is access over execution. They want access to your brain, to your network, to your insight, not necessarily your task list. Although that could be good, but not everything on that task list is going to be what they can get out of your brain. I used to have people when I worked in corporate, they would be, oh, Tonya, I wished I could put back then a disc or a CD in your head and copy what's in your brain onto this CD or to this disc and then put it in theirs so that they could have what was on mine onto theirs. And if they could do that, they would have been willing to pay for the knowledge that I had in my brain to transform it to their brain. People would be willing to pay for that. So, to put that in perspective, that's why you can charge for the knowledge that you have. That's why I charge for introduction and strategic advising, not hours of time. And number three, speed over structure. High-level buyers want solutions and they want them fast. So can you collapse their timeline? Can you shortcut their growth? Teach them something that you've already learned and been through. That's why I say when people are brand new entrepreneurs, what's one thing that I should do becoming a brand new coach? I say, hire a coach, hire a mentor so that they can cut off years of what you could go through because they can help you shortcut what you're going to have to do on your own if you don't hire someone. They can avoid mistakes that you're going to make on your own because they've been there, they've done that. That's value. I've spent years of building a network, years. I've spent years learning how to mentor people, leading people. You are hiring, or they are hiring you, whichever direction it goes, for that growth transformation. What are you getting out of what you're paying for? The value, the transformation, the results. That's what they want. And that's why they're willing to pay more. That's the value. Number four, they want confidence over complexity. The bigger the investment, the more emotional the decision. They want to feel like you've got them. Hey, I've got you. I'm going to take care of you. Not like they're managing you. They don't want to feel like they're having to manage every single thing that you're doing for them. You've got the confidence to go do what you need to do on their behalf. I know their mission. I know the result they want. I know how much weight they want to lose. Therefore, I know what I've got to do for them. I know how many butts in the seat they want. I know who I've got to go look for. I know how much money they need to fundraise. I know exactly what I need to do, the people I need to go connect with. I know exactly how big of a group they want, how many people I need to try to get into their Facebook group or their LinkedIn group or their alignable group or whatever it is that you're doing for them or I'm doing for them. I know exactly what the outcome is or the transformation they're looking for. So I build my strategy around exactly what it is so they do not have to manage me. They need me to have confidence in what I'm doing, which then in turn equals higher conversions. It stresses people out to have to manage people. You know that. You know that. That's why it's high ticket. You know what you're doing. They're paying you for the knowledge, the confidence, the transformation, all of those things. That's what they're paying you for. So I have this friend. Actually, I've helped several people in this particular area, but this particular one offering social media audits with bonuses and digital deliverables. And so we stripped that apart and stripped it down to just a single strategy with warm introductions and ongoing advisory access to her. And so once we did that and scaled back, then we start selling packages. And because the perceived value to the end client allows her to skyrocket what she's doing, because we stopped selling the task and started selling the outcomes. So when you're looking at what it is you're doing, what are you selling? Are you selling the work or are you selling the outcome? Reevaluate what it is you're doing and put your price tag on the outcome, not the task. Okay? The outcome, not the task, the transformation. I've worked with another client where she does a lot of technical work and does some other things, and helping her repackage. It's what are they going to get by working with you in doing all of this particular work? Let's not price it by the work that you're doing for them or how much time it takes you to do the work. Yes, that's a factor, but it's not about that. It's about the transformation that they're going to get once all of that is done. What are they going to get from that? So if you want to start attracting high ticket clients, you need to position yourself as a decision-making partner to shortcut their results, their transformation, a trusted voice of authority and a connector to people, not just ideas, a connector to people. People want to make money in their business. How are you going to help them make money in their business? That checklist is not going to help them make money. Now, what they do from the checklist may help them make money, but are you going to ensure they use that checklist? What comes after that? That's when the things become a game changer, because you stop selling what you do and you start selling what happens when they work with you. Again, the transformation. And so here's your next move. I want you to look at all your current offers and I want you to ask, am I selling access or am I selling execution? You can sell the execution after they become your client, which is what I do. So they become my client, and then that goes into the next piece of what I do with my clients. If and only if they need that part of what I offer, which is, now that we're getting you clients and we're making you money, do you need to stop working in your business and start working on your business? How deep are you in the weeds? Do we need to do a time audit? Do we need to look at who, from my Who Not How plus AI framework, who needs to help you get out of the weeds? Do we need to look at hiring you virtual assistants that can do some of this work and take it off your plate so that you have more time to work on revenue producing activity and build your authority in who you are as a CEO and be the CEO of your company, not an employee of your company? You see where I'm going with this? We sell in our business all of the executional type things, the task type things, after they become your client and you make them successful in making money, the transformation that they're first looking for. So again, am I selling outcomes or am I selling tasks? And I'm here to raise my hand with you today. I did it wrong at first too. I did. And it wasn't until I started doing it right that my transformation came. I knew what I wanted to do. I knew what the customer wanted. I just was positioning it all wrong until I had someone like me come to me and say, you're doing it all wrong. And so that's why I'm here for you, to mentor you, to coach you, to be the expert telling you you can make more money If you position yourself the way you need to be positioned, get in alignment. Get in alignment, as I spoke last week, with who you need to be working with, and position yourself as the expert, not the service provider. And if you're ready to upgrade your positioning and be the CEO that you need to be of your company and attract the clients who value you as who you are, not just what you do, let's build your high ticket model together. Book a networking strategy call with me and let's look at what you're doing and let's work this out. And until next week, I'm excited for you. Until this next week and we see each other again, I want you to keep working on simplifying your business so that you can scale and you can succeed. 2025 is the year of impact for many of you. If you take heed in what I'm telling you this year, you will scale and you will succeed. I will help you get there. That's my promise to you. Goodbye. I love you, and I'll see you again next week. Bye.